Sports Gaming. So this is the post-fight for Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. Uh, First of all, I want to say this. It was an interesting and exciting fight, and you couldn't complain about the atmosphere, all the tension building between both fighters. It was definitely a fight to remember. Um, and there were things we knew coming into this fight, Kell being the bigger man naturally, the physically stronger man between the two. Um, Khan, the guy with the faster hands. So we knew about those things coming in. Um, and I want to say congratulations to Kell Brook. Let's get that out of the way. Congratulations, Kell Brook, to going out there, sticking to the game plan, and I repeat, sticking to the game plan and getting the job done. Um, his head didn't go, but he actually stuck to the game plan. I don't know what happened at the beginning of the fight, the whole gloves thing. I'm so sure somebody will explain to me what happened with the gloves. I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, so congratulations to Kell Brook and his win. Um, I'm still very perplexed though by Khan. Khan um, confused me. For a man that said that he outboxed Kell and there was no way Kell was going to beat him, and he was so confident, the way Khan walked to the ring, he did not fill me with the sort of confidence walking to the ring that he was going to beat Kell Brook. He literally looked like a guy that was going to get in the ring and wing it. He looked like a guy who'd been avoiding Kell Brook all this time, and saying, "Well, I went to America and did all these things." Well, you really didn't want to fight Kell Brook. That's what it seems to me. You never had any. You never wanted to fight Kell Brook, and you thought, "Well, now Crawford's beat him. Yeah, I'll jump on that now. Now's a good time to fight Kell Brook." So now we know. So let's go on to why I think Khan would win, and I'll explain that. And there's no excuses. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I can have my opinion all I want. Khan is the Olympic gold medalist, right? He was silver medalist, right? Against Brook, who was never an Olympic pedigree. Let me explain something to you. When you fight a guy that's bigger and stronger than you, naturally, you want to circle them, circle them, circle them, circle them. Use your jab and circle them. But Khan wanted to engage right from round one. And he was standing right in front of Kell Brook. And I said to you all, if Khan is to get knocked out this fight, it's because he's allowed Brook to set his feet and land shots. Look at the sequence of punches that stopped Khan. Look at when Kell Brook was able to land big shots. That's when he was able to hold his feet and throw shots. Look carefully at the fight. Go back and look at the fight. Every time Kell was able to step, Khan stood in front of. I was shocked. He stood right in front of Kell, and he stood right in front of Kell. Chocolate brown is the 1-2. Now, for all the talk of Khan's chin, he took some hellacious shots from Brook. For a guy that's past it and a guy that can't take punches, he took some flush right hands. It's a fair play to Khan. And, Kell Brook didn't knock Khan flat out. Khan was still on his feet. He didn't get laid out like Canelo. So again, I go back to what I said about Kell Brook being this overrated puncher, because he didn't do what Canelo did to him. He didn't lay him out like that. And I would say probably Danny Garcia may have hurt him even more. Prescott knocked him out. So, I think to myself, why didn't Khan circle the ring for the first 5 rounds? Circle the ring, use the jab. When Kell came in, hit him hard with the right hand and spin off to the left or the right. Keep Kell turning. But no, he allows Kell to set his feet, plant his feet, and land shots. And if you allow Kell to do that, and you don't push Kell back, of course you're going to get knocked out. Of course you're going to get beat up. You allow the bigger man to get on top of you. Of course that's going to happen. So people say, "Oh, well, you said Khan was going to win." Yeah, I thought Khan was going to win because I thought he was going to use some damn tactics and he was actually going to box. But once again, no matter if he's with Virgil Hunter, whether he's with Freddie Roach, whether he's with Bomac, the boy can't learn. The boy can't learn. He can only fight one way. Khan can only fight one way. He cannot follow instructions, and he cannot box outside the one way. And it was evident in this fight, because this is the fight he needs to be moving around the ring against a guy that was bigger than him. and he didn't do that. So I was shocked. I was literally stunned at how Khan was prepared to meet Kell at the center of the ring. I thought what was going to happen was Kell was going to chase Khan around the ring, and Khan was able to hit Kell with some good shots, use the jab, back him up, use the jab, you know. But I didn't see enough of that. I saw too much of Khan wanted to. And what did I say? The stupid thing Khan does when he gets hit with a shot, he bangs his gloves together and puts his hands in the air. All that macho crap. He has not learned from the Danny Garcia fight. He has not learned from the Danny Garcia fight. He has not learned from the Canelo fight. He's not learned from any of the big fights. He makes the same mistakes over and over again. And for that, if you keep making the mistakes over and over again, you're gonna keep getting beat up the same way. Um, I give him Khan credit for showing heart in there because he could have jacked it as soon as Kel hit him on the chin. He could have jacked it and he didn't. So fair play to Khan for that. But no man, he fought a fight that was for Kell Brook. He fought right into Kell Brook's hands. You know what I mean? But you could see Khan was much the faster guy. He had the faster hands. When Khan double up the jab and you put the right hand behind it, it looked good. But when he stood in front of Kell, now you're playing with fire. So congratulations to Kell Brook for using exactly the right strategy. And as for Khan, maybe all that bravado and talk beforehand, he knew Kell Brook was going to beat him. And when he was coming to ring, he just looked lost. He really did. He looked like this is it. I'm going to get my ass kicked tonight. You know. Who should Brook fight next? Conor Benn. Conor Benn. I would like to see him fight Conor Benn. I'd like to see him fight Conor Benn. Khan just got beat up like he walked into the wrong bar. Yeah, that's about it. The whole thing was I don't know if that whole thing with the gloves shook Khan up beforehand. I've never seen that before in boxing like that. Well, a guy changing his gloves. I haven't seen that since back in the day, like in the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s. Where you used to see the two champions. So in the fight of undisputed, you'd see the two like a unification bout. Both champions came to ring at the same time. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If Khan can't box to strategy and a game plan, then my man needs to retire straight up. He don't need to be fighting no damn rematch because there's no point in him fighting a rematch. He's gonna go and do the same crap again. It's quite evident now. Khan can only box one way. I thought this was the night. This was the night you were going to show us you can box. That you're gonna keep Kel turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. You're gonna bang that jab in his face. Not looking to knock Kel out, but use the jab. Soften up that face, blister him with punches. When he comes in, hit him hard with the uppercut and spin off. Tie him up and close. Nah, man. You let Kel walk you down and punch you up. Like, no, not Eubank. No, he just punched him up. You know what I mean? Khan needs to retire because I don't want to hear nothing about no damn rematch. I don't want to hear no rematch because I don't want to see the rematch because Khan's not going to come with anything different. He's not going to change his strategy in any shape or form. If he was going to change his strategy, that was a fight to do it. You understand? And we don't know how much Kell was weight drained in this fight because Khan didn't exploit that. You know what I mean? I mean, how many body shots does Khan throw to Kell Brook? Something just didn't make sense to me. Like early on, I would have thought, you know what? You want to take the steam out of Kell. First 5 rounds. First 5 rounds, you just want to not get hurt if you can. Use the jab and box. I mean, tie him up, make it ugly. Yeah, of course it was a horror show from Khan. It was an absolute horror show. I don't even know mentally if he was there. I don't know if Khan was mentally there. Khan looked to me like Brook looked when he went for the Crawford fight, a payday. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. And it's the same with Amir Khan. Titan, I have to agree with you there, my friend. Uh, you know, this was the fight. It was quite clear what he needed to do, right? He needs to turn Brook all night long. Turn Brook all night long. Turn him, turn him, turn him. And if you're not turning him, back him up. If you're not turning Kell Brook, you've got to back him up, right? You can't let Kell Brook walk you down and get confidence to walk you down. You know what I mean? Kell Brook was there to get hit with the uppercut. Kell Brook was there to hit with the straight left jabs. He's there to get hit with the right hand. He was there to be hit and hit often. But I don't know what the hell I don't know what Bomac and Khan's strategy was. And like you had Crawford and Eubank looking at Khan like, oh no. You mean you brought me over here to do this shit and embarrass me? Oh man. Oh man. I tell you what, a fight I wouldn't mind seeing again is Crawford versus Brook for a second time. If people might say, you know what, why do you want to see that fight again? But you know, Crawford is not going to fight Spence anytime soon. So why not see that fight again? Just to see if it is true that he was weight trained and he did Dominic England's called whether that a different that will make a difference. Conor always thought he was more powerful than he actually is. I just can't understand how he boxed. I can't for me. You go away to camp up in America, you know, you do all that running, and I don't understand what you're doing in camp because, you know, you prepare yourself to. I don't know when he was doing like sparring, who was sparring with, who was strong like an ox. Because he looked to me that Khan, when he was doing like sparring, I don't know if he was sparring with guys who were physically strong like Brook. I don't know what he was doing in camp now. I don't know because I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. I just saw a guy that was on a hope and a prayer that he was going to beat Brook. I really thought that Khan was going to jump, like come out fast and blister Brook first round, got it, and hit him with some shots early. Get respect, back him up, hit him with combinations, spin off. That's what I wanted to see. But instead, flipping the return of Bambi. Flip sake, man. I just, so it don't matter. He could add Bomac, Virgil Hunter, Freddie Roach, Emmanuel Stewart. He will make no difference. No difference. That boy, either he can't be taught, he's uncoachable, or um, he just don't know how to stick to a game plan when he gets in the ring mentally. I don't know what it is. But he's got to live with that now, not me. He's got to live with that, Khan. Um, and his career will be remembered for this fight. And to be honest, um, if you're a Khan fan and you're really honest, what was the difference between that fight and the Danny Garcia fight and, you know, the Canelo fight? What was the difference? Same pattern happening, same pattern more or less, making the same mistakes. He's always been childlike to me. Who can't? I don't know. Got a lovely wife, good family, kids. You know what I mean? I think he should settle down. He's got a beautiful wife and family. Settle down, son. Retire. And you know what? Kell Brook, I'd like to see him take that rematch with Crawford. Simply because if he didn't do himself justice, maybe he can do better in a rematch. Other than that, I'd like to see him fight Conor Benn. You know, he's smashing it in the gym. I'd like to know what happens when a chocolate brownie hits him on the chin. Either that or fight against Josh Kelly. I'd like to see that fight as well. Wise words, Ingram. Yeah, Josh Kelly. I'd like to see him fight Josh Kelly. Kell Brook. I'd like to see Josh Kelly because Josh Kelly can't punch. Conor Benn because he's got no chin. So there's the two fights I'd like to see Kell Brook in. Kell Brook can make a lot of money fighting Conor Benn. I can make decent money fighting Josh Kelly. Um, and yeah, maybe a fight against Ugas after you know the winner of Ugas and I just don't see Crawford fighting the winner of Ugas. Or you know what, Brook versus Thurman. I'd like to see that fight as well because Thurman talks too damn much, and I think Brook could beat him. He beats Conor Benn and Josh Kelly and take his time with them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. But they're good fights. They're good British level fights where Brook can make some money and establish himself as the number one welterweight now. Do you understand? And can put the talk of Khan behind him I can get like an Indian summer. If you know what I'm saying, like he can literally um, blossom in this twilight of his career. I'd like to see him do that. I really would. Or even have a crack at light middleweight. I don't know who the light middleweight champion is, but have a look and see what he looks like at light middleweight. Because he looks strong tonight, to be fair. I thought he'd be drained, but I just don't know because Khan boxed like an idiot. So I don't know. Or maybe Khan didn't box like an idiot. Khan just boxed like Khan does. I think I think this is it with Amir Khan. That's just what it is. Comes out, throwing punches, caution to the wind, and just never. And I don't know if that's because he had such poor coaching at the beginning of his career or what. But he might have one more try at a title. Yeah. Would you pay for the rematch between Brook and Khan? I certainly wouldn't, because I know that Khan can't follow a game plan. And you could put Bomac, Virgil Hunter, Freddie Roach, Dominic. You could put them all in the ring and training. The boy ain't learning nothing. So that's it. Some people are just uncoachable, and I think for me, I don't like to judge people, but my judgment call in Amir Khan is, boy, don't learn. Boy, don't learn. And I just wonder if at the beginning of his career the damage was done already by some. I'd like to see him maybe work with better coaches. I don't know. And I don't think Khan ever recovered from the Danny Garcia loss. Khan's leg stiffened up after every hard shot. He did, Daryl, got agree with you. Brook looked combat waving. Let me read that and read the comment, please. Let me get that comment out on my phone, so bear with me a second. Live chat, some chat. Let's see that old chat. This is Weaving, picking the shots, might have had another 3 or 4 fights. Yep. Yeah, that's true. You say that, Daryl. The thing is with Khan, it's quite evident that he his vulnerability to big punches, it's always been there. But he took some big shots from Brook, to be honest. The 1-2 he got hit with, I don't know how he took that. Titan says no. Khan was too brave against Garcia, should have been waved off after the first knockdown. Do you think any version of Khan beats Brook? No. No version of Khan beats Brook. And I'll tell you why no version of Khan beats Brook. Because he'll make the same mistakes. You tell me what's the difference between Khan now and Khan when he got beat by Danny Garcia. And you would say at that point when he fought Danny Garcia, he was at the top of his game, if not the Lamont Brewster fight, Lamont Peterson fight. That fight right there, that's the best of Khan, right? Lamont Peterson. There, right there. That's where Khan was on the slide. And from that point, the man in the hat. And after the man in the hat, it was Danny Garcia, wasn't it? And then after that, I just think Khan never really recovered from that Danny Garcia loss. He just never recovered. I don't know what it was. So I know no version of Amir Khan beats Kell Brook. Doesn't. Because Kell Brook still retains this physical strength and the power, and he's younger. So I just don't see any version of Khan beating Brook. Because he's always going to get hit on the chin. He's always going to box that way. So then he's always going to walk onto our right hand. Khan's foot speed now looks slower. Brook's feet tonight were quicker. Yeah, maybe so. But I don't think the fight goes much different. He still gets hit with the right hand. He still gets hit with the jab. He still gets rocked. Um, yeah. So although the way Khan came out against Danny Garcia, I'd like to see that Khan fight Pete Kell Brook, where he came out blistering, where he looked really good, you know. So between the Danny Garcia fight and the Canelo fight, I think the Danny Garcia fight did serious damage, and I think the Canelo fight, that was it. And everything after that's been just like paydays. That's all you can say, really. So again, congratulations to Kell Brook. Well done, son. The ghost of Khan has been laid to rest, and I don't want to hear any silly talk about rematch. Move on. I said, I wonder if Conor Benn wants to leave a message on Twitter about Kell Brook and having that fight. Why don't you fight his welterweight? Why don't you fight Kell Brook? No man, Chris Eubank Jr. Fight Kell Brook. And there's another rivalry actually between Kell Brook and Chris Eubank Jr. There was a bit of a rivalry there. You know, oh man, watching that Brook versus Eubank Jr. I wouldn't mind watching that. Brook seems pretty strong up at middleweight. Um, I wouldn't mind watching that all as well. So that's another grudge match. So, right, let me get out of here. Thank you so much for watching BWTM Sports. I think I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.